Okay. You want me to start?
Yeah, just to introduce yourself and talk about your background and everything.
Okay. My name is John. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Owojore. I'm the board chair for BCACPA. And talking of my background, I've lived in a couple of countries. Originally Nigerian. I lived in South Africa, I lived in Germany, and now I've been here in Canada for 12 years, I think. So I've always had, this passion and interest in Black led organizations, Black issues. Well, I don't want to say Black issues because if you say that, it will be as if, okay, we have issues, but like issues of concern, let me put it that way, issues of concern to every Black person, you know. I've lived in places that probably I'm the only, maybe I was one of two, three, four Black people in the city. So I understand, the pressure, the challenges that come with that. Luckily in Canada, I mean, Saskatoon, for example, there are a lot of Black people. And, an organization like this gives us an opportunity to come together and nurse our energies, our passion. I'm always very interested in saying the energy of Black people, it's very amazing. And when we come together, we can do a lot. So I think I will stop there. So that's, in 2 minutes, that's something about me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. And Johanne, feel free to share your background as well, because we have some amazing talent in our board. And this is just a few people, but the whole board is quite talented. And this is just kind of a brief glimpse at who's actually behind the scenes on this work. So Johanne, we'd love to have your mini intro as well.
Awesome, thank you. And good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Johanne Thomas Mirangi, and I am the president and CEO of JTM Business Solutions, an accounting firm here in the city. I am especially motivated and excited to be a part of this group. It's a group of great professionals, and my personal value is that of growth and empowerment. And I feel that I'm aligned when I'm associated with this organization because I see a lot of, I see the vision, and I share the vision, and I see that there is focus on growth and empowerment of the professionals that hold a vast majority of the talents that are needed in the economic and just in the society in general here in Saskatoon. So being that I'm a certified professional accountant, I am now endowed to lead the financial part of this organization. So I am just looking forward to realizing the vision.
Awesome. And thank you both so much. I think now that we've been able to introduce you to the group, we can get more into the agenda, and whoever's still joining will still join us. And we'll just get going with the rest of the agenda here. So I'm just going to do a brief screen share. And for all of you who joined today, just give you some insight to what this organization is really about. So just going into here. All right, so if you are here today, you are here for the annual general meeting for our organization called BCACPA. We have a fairly long name, and I've realized in this space with a lot of the Black organizations I've even seen in other provinces and territories, the name can get pretty long when you're trying to explain what you do. But anyways, it stands for the Black Canadians, Africans, and Caribbean Professionals Association Incorporated. And today is kind of a front-facing annual general meeting because we've actually only been registered since March 2020, and most of our things, our events, our workshops have happened on Zoom. So this is really a chance to share with everyone how far we've come in the year and how you can get involved and get benefit from the organization. So in light of that, here is our agenda for today. So we have introductions, we'll talk about the mission vision. You'll get the board chair's address. So you just met Dr. John or Benga Owajori, and the financial officer's address, so Johanne, and then myself talking about sponsorship and grant updates. And then we'll give some time for Q&A. So first of all, what is BCACPA? As I mentioned before, we are really focused on the Black diaspora. So being Black Canadians, multi-generational Africans and Caribbean professionals in our city and province. And then what is our vision? So we want to be an epicenter of development for world-class Black professionals. We also we want to be a space that celebrates and motivates and recognizes the Black professionals. So as you can see with Johanne and Benga just being two people from our board who are very accomplished, we really want to create a space where it's normal to see Black excellence and that we can teach each other, teach our community and support one another. And so what are our values? So our values are also to inspire the next generation in our community, especially children and youth as well, by also equipping people professionally for the workforce in North America. So we've done things like LinkedIn workshops, resume, coding camps for kids. We also believe in providing holistic care and support for our Black community. So we have an annual Black people and mental health event because we believe that if you're going to thrive in whatever you're called to, you need to be well holistically. So we want to provide support for that. And so now, without further ado, we're going to go into the board chair's address, and Benga will briefly just give his address for the group today.
All right. Okay, permit me to share my screen.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be a little bit, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be a little bit informal. I have an address here, but I wanted to start by asking us, as a Black person in Canada, how do you feel? Do you feel connected to other Black people? Do you feel the opportunities you have today, your children are going to have children, brothers, sisters, or even other people's children? Are they going to have the same kind of opportunity that you have today? Those are the kind of questions that I have on my mind. And especially when I see one Black person go through one challenge that another Black person could have helped out, but because, you know, most times we go the individual pathways, in which case everybody just struggle through one thing or the other. So some of these questions are things that actually push me towards looking for Black groups that are coordinated and, you know, meeting some of these questions. And personally, for me, I think it was last year during the Black History Month that I got in contact with BCACPA, and I'm like, oh, okay. You know, the truth is that we all need to join hands to make sure that we support Black initiative, Black professionals, Black businesses, and all of that. And so, I mean, that's one of the driving force, one of the things that motivated me to join. And I've seen a lot of progress, a lot of, you know, meetings, workshops, and a lot in the pipeline. And I know that the association has a lot to do in the future. So having said this, I just said this to give us a kind of background to my person and personality, especially as regards joining BCAPC. We are all busy. We could all say, I mean, we all have professionals and business owners, we're all busy. But when we remember some of these things, then we can say, okay, let's see whether we can put our time and effort into supporting Black professionals and Black businesses in Canada. So I will just read and I'll talk as I go. So it gives me a great pleasure to welcome everyone to this year's annual general meeting. I believe this is our first annual general meeting. I don't think we have ever had any meeting like this in which we bring everybody on board. And this is an opportunity for us to explain the vision, the mission, the programs, our anticipation for the future. So if anybody has any questions, like, I mean, if suggestions, today is a day to actually speak up and let us know what you are thinking and what you think we should be doing. So in the last 1 year, we know probably 2 years with COVID, a lot of things have happened. And even looking at the number of deaths globally, it's really very concerning. But we thank God we are all here today, and Canada especially We have been able to deal with the COVID situation, maybe not perfectly. I don't think any country did perfectly because, this is something that nobody ever expected. And but we thank God here we are today. And despite these challenges, which will have limited activities and initiative, but through it all, we can be proud of what we achieved together. As I believe in the other sessions today, we'll see the program that we did last year, and we'll see programs that we are planned for this year. With COVID, nobody ever thought most meetings would be on Zoom. Like this annual general meeting, we could actually have had it in person, if not for COVID. It would have been nice to have it in a hall. And I mean, we can see some people's video are off right now, but you can still see their faces. It would have been nice to see everybody get handshakes from people and actually know people in person. But with COVID, we have to modify our activities to comply with all health regulations in the province. So the board of organization of our organization was recently in 2021 expanded. People like me, I joined in 2021, and I know I met people like Johanne, Fee, and other people on the board. But I joined in 2021 last year, and I must tell you that joining was an eye opener for me. Meeting other Black people with energy, passion. Sometimes when you call for meetings, you see people not showing up in some groups, but when you call for meetings. And you see everybody, not just most people attending, most time 90% attendance, or probably even 100% most time, but not just joining, but joining to time, like 5 minutes, people are already waiting. And I'm like, wow, this is good. And there are a lot of things, people say African time. When you say, okay, program start at 12, you say no African time. And sometimes I think it's a slap on our face because it looks like people think African people would usually go late for meetings. I don't know if you feel what I'm trying to say, but these are kind of the narratives that we must change. These are the kind of narrative we must change. And especially when you look at Black professionals, probably in particular professions or jobs in Canada, these are kind of things we can actually also educate ourselves about or impress it upon ourselves. That wherever we find ourselves, we need to impress, we need to show, we need to represent well, so that people will not identify certain behaviors or certain attitude to Black people. But what I've seen so far is that Black people are, we are bold, we are strong, we are competent, we are knowledgeable, and those are the kind of value system we want to inculcate in ourselves, or we want to encourage in ourselves. So, so the board has actually been doing a lot of very great things in the last 1 year. And personally, as the board chair, I'm very impressed, and I'm very grateful to for the caliber of people we have. And I know that, other people that are not even on the board now will be on the board anytime soon. And if we do, I know that we all have these, as African people, as when I say African, maybe I should say more Black people, because, we talk about Caribbeans and all of that too. So basically what I'm saying is that we have a lot of talents, a lot of giftings, a lot of, passion. And when we come together like we are doing right now, we can achieve a lot. So I was glad to join as the board chair, and I was even more delighted to see the dedication of members, volunteers, and supporters. We have had meetings, and you will just be amazed. Honestly, I have been personally amazed with, people are busy. This is mostly voluntary commitment, but you see people devoting time. And I think that's really very laudable. So working assiduously to ensure success of our programs. With this kind of sustained commitment, it is certain many more fulfilling years are ahead of us. Sometimes I think of this organization in the next 5 years, where do we see it? In the next 10 years, where do we see it? And I also look forward to a point in which our children will also be engaged, committed to this kind of organization, and the mandates will be sustained, even in generations to come. So one thing that I wanted to encourage every one of us about, the board is currently working on the governance document. Governance document or policy document, they are very important for an organization. It's more or less like the Bible of the organization. And we want to invite all of you to participate in the process. I believe when the document is ready, it's going to be presented before everyone. And please, I just want to enjoin us to, look at that document. If you see aspect that you can help us improve it, because it's going to be more or less like the Bible of the organization. So I just want to encourage us, look out for that document. And when it's available, please feel free to raise one suggestion or one idea, or ask us to, reconsider one part or the other, because this is our association. And when we say our association, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4 people, it's all of us, all of us, all of us. So please, let's own it. Let's see it as our association, and let's feel free to make comments and to contribute. So once available and ratified, it will be a living document which would guide and direct both the current and future leaders in the organization. Today I'm the board chair. In the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, somebody else will be here, but then the document guides our activities, guides our actions, what we do and what we don't. So I therefore welcome you all to anticipate and contribute towards the development of the document. As we start the year 2022 and organize programs and activities in the areas of our core vision and values, I would like to enjoin you all to join hands with the leadership to make these programs successful. I know we are all anticipating, the Black History Month. Like I told you, that was actually the program that made me to join this association. So let's anticipate it. Let's, there will be flyers, there will be information about it. If you want to volunteer for one thing or the other, ask. And there will be different channels to volunteer to support this program. You see, when we project ourselves, especially during the Black History Month, we let the world, we let Saskatoon, Canada know who we are, the talents that are in our midst. That's one of the ways that people can appreciate us more. People can value us more. But when we are somewhere and people don't even know us, people don't even know what we are doing, we don't showcase talents and giftings amongst us, people don't know. And nobody will celebrate us except we celebrate ourselves. So thanking you all for all you do. And I believe with our sustained effort, we will not only put smiles on the faces of Black diasporans in Canada, but show that together we can do the impossible. And the question I'm asking myself is, in 5 years' time, I want people to be able to say, because of this association, I will end by telling you, this story. Something happened in the University of Saskatchewan about 2 years ago about a young Black lady who, had some challenges in the school. But I want to tell you that I was very happy because a lot of Black people, rallied around this lady. She was having very difficult challenges that has to do with racism or this or that, but people came out. They supported her. And I can tell you today, because I'm still in touch, I can tell you that she's a lot. I cannot just tell you more than that, but I can tell you that she's a lot in a better situation. And that's what happens when we support ourselves. When we look beyond the challenges that we are personally passing through, but we look into what other people are going through, we support them, we support ourselves, and when we do that, we will do the impossible. Simply when I look at that lady's story, it actually happened as if it was, it's doing the impossible. And that's what we can achieve together when we team up together, support ourselves, and support this association. Thank you all for listening. I hope I have not spent beyond my time.
Thank you so much, Dr. John, for sharing that. And I think it's really important as an association to actually see, someone who is leading us as a board and who is passionate about their role. So now moving forward to Johanne, who has also added a lot of value to our board, and she's going to talk about our financial position. And Johanne, let me know if you also need a screen share. You should be able to share screen.
No, I was just thank you, Fionn. I was just wondering if perhaps you can share
The one we have.
Yeah, and just if we
Notes.
just move along, then persons can follow. I am going to give the financial address or overview. I'm not going to go into much detail of the specific of numbers. It's just an overview, and the organization has done quite well in the financial aspect. As Fian mentioned, the organization was registered in 2020, specifically March 2nd, with a year end of February 28th. So their first year end was 2021. And we have since filed the ISC annual report that's required, along with the financials. For the year ended February 28, 2021, the organization had some contributions mostly from the government, from private organizations and individuals, and even from businesses. The funds raised last year, so year ending 2021, in comparison to where we are right now, which I'll get to, is not a lot in comparison. We got about $3,000 in that period as we were in our formative stages and doing a lot of administrative structuring and such. And so the efforts to obtain funding was not very strong in that first year. Nonetheless, with the efforts of the contributed resources of the board members and volunteers, like John mentioned, the president, this organization is being supported and progressing through the efforts of the volunteer board and the other volunteers that provide their talents and resources and network in various areas. So the $3,000 we raised in year ended 2021 was significantly because of the community initiative fund that was $2,400. And then we had some contributions from individuals and organizations through the Eventbrite events that we put on. Persons had an opportunity to give contributions through that. Bear in mind that thus far the organization does not have any membership fees in effect. That may change in the future, but all of the contributions have been coming from sponsorships and donations and such. At the end of the February 2021 year, the organization did close with a positive balance. There's not a lot of cost due to the fact that a lot of the efforts and talents and resources are donated by the members. But as the organization grows, there will be need for administrative cost contributions. So in the current year, so this is for the year that will be ending February 28, 2022, we're in a much stronger position, jumping year to date from $3,000 approximately in grants and contributions in the prior year to currently about $68,000. So that's a huge congratulation, and thanks to all that expend efforts in reaching out to organizations, the government, filling out grant applications. Those are not easy. And Fian and a number of others do that as a team. And so we have a number of subcommittees that are in charge of these different areas. So collectively, this organization is moving forward in the direction that it envisioned very well. And the future looks amazing for all the plans and the programs that we've got in the year ahead. And it's obviously by the efforts of the individuals being funded very well. Of that $68,000 that we've raised so far, a huge amount of that came from a government grant for the capacity building, and that was about $56,000. Those funds are earmarked or allocated for specific expenditures, and those have already been mostly invested in IT equipment in order to position us to deliver more of the classes and training that we have done last year, such as the coding camp. So a lot of IT equipment is now asset of the organization due to that fund from the Government of Canada. We've got other organizations such as Cameco, Sask Energy and such that have committed as part of the current year contributions. Some of these organizations are repeat organizations. So that would be great if we can continue to maintain the relationship with these organizations to ensure continued support. So as we put on more events, we also expect that there'll be increased contributions from individuals through those events, and feel free to share our existence, our materials, our programs with your circles, so your friends, your families, your organizations, and promote and support this organization. We have our website with our directory. Please do direct individuals who are looking for resources, and business owners in various areas. That's a database that's developing that they can pull resources from. We continue to seek funding and support, because as we look ahead for the organization, as we have grown and continue to grow, there will be need for, like I mentioned earlier, administrative costs for funds, as well. Another area that, with the assets and equipment that we've now acquired, and the growth within the team and the volunteers and the anticipated programming, the organization will likely need a dedicated space for its operations and delivery of programs. And so the funding team is already seeking places and groups that might want to support the continued growth through financial support for the future of the organization. I think that captures the essence of how we've performed financially. Obviously, towards the end of this program, there is an opportunity for questions. And if there are any in respect to the financial aspects of it, I would be happy to answer any of those questions.
Thank you so much, Johanne. And just so you all know as well, we do have the booklet in the chat. Also, if you check in the chat, we've also mentioned like the ways you can join the directory, different aspects. So just so you all know, but again, this will be emailed to everyone, especially the people who registered beforehand. You'll get it by email for sure. And if you got it through WhatsApp, I definitely recommend you download that document that really goes over what was discussed today. Yeah, so mine's the last address, and yeah, I can just speak from here. But I think one of the big things to note is, again, as Johanne mentioned, we had quite a jump. Mostly it has been, of course, all volunteer. We don't have any current staff. So there's a lot we want to accomplish as an organization, and that's going to be through some of these different efforts. But just to give a highlight of what happened the previous year that Johanne mentioned, where our financials was around 3,000. So during that year, everything was hosted on Zoom. We had about 8 virtual events. We also had about 2 that had over 46 attendees. So that was a virtual Black History Month. And we also had another event called Black People and Mental Health. And then we had a coding camp for kids, which was led by our volunteers. And then our Facebook group has grown by over 300 members. So we have a Facebook group for this organization. Before everything started, we were at 200, and now I think we're almost close to 700 people on that page. So it is quite packed. And so what are we looking forward to this year? As Johanne mentioned, we got that grant money from the government that was specifically towards things like, we have laptops that we've ordered for kids coding camps and even LinkedIn workshops, or if people from our community need to use a computer in a space, printing things. So that's kind of the things that we're trying to fundraise for, to get a building so that it's almost like our own micro library, that if people need these resources, they can come to the spot and use it. We can also run our workshops through there and different things. So that's a major contribution. This year, actually, at the end of this month, and be sure to look out for it, we're actually doing a financial accounting and tax in Canada event. This one will be on Zoom. And then the following month, at the end of February, look out for our Black History Month event. It's going to be large. We are trying to figure out, and probably it'll probably be mainly like live streaming performances, but we're trying to figure out all that behind the scenes given the conditions of this time. But that one has already received a bit of sponsorship from the MCOS, as well as some interest from some corporate sponsors for that one. I'm pleased to say that the story of Black People in Mental Health Workshop is coming back and bigger than ever, as we got quite a large grant for it this time. And to everyone on the call, you should know that this grant not only covers us to actually run another workshop again, but people can actually get mental health first aid certification, which usually costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this one is covered by Cameco. We got a grant this year of $10,000 towards that mental health workshop. So if you are in a space, or anyone in your community is wanting mental health first aid, specifically, you will get certification. This is recognized by the Canadian Mental Health Association. So we really do want as many people to know about that as possible. So that is just something that I wanted to point out as well. On top of that, we're hoping to do coding camps with even bigger and better, and actually have laptops that the kids can use. Again, that's usually led by Teresa, who's on our board, and Theodosa, who are both software engineers in our city, and yeah, just extremely talented and help us a lot with the events posting in our board. And then we have our women's health event, which went really well, and our men's health event that we do towards the end of the year. And it's really about empowering ourselves as Black individuals in those spaces. How can we have self-care and still thrive? We got good reviews from both. Last year, the women were quite pleased with the presenters we had. And on the men's end too, there's a lot of inspiration. Benga was presenting there, and that was right before he joined the board. And we also had Craig and Michael Forrest. So again, what are the opportunities we're looking towards? Well, we really need, for all these programs we have and the way we really want to serve the community, we really want funding towards a space. And as Johanne said, an administrative role. As we are all doing this volunteer, I think we also want someone who can be dedicated to this. So I'm putting this as a vision, but I would love, between sponsorship, community initiatives, and donors, to raise about 50,000 towards being able to get a space and hire a dedicated staff that can really work on the programming, because we just have so much we want to offer this community. Even over Zoom last year, we did like LinkedIn workshops, especially for newcomers. LinkedIn is a huge thing for getting jobs, right? And a lot of people don't know how to effectively showcase themselves to get into the job market in North America. So we were doing things like that, and we just want to serve so much. And there's so much work being done and to be done, as you can see, that we want to increase that capacity. And that's one of the ways to do it. So that's really huge. Having a space for the equipment, a space that we can do, presentations, people can use and book the equipment in the space for their own development needs as well. So we really want this to be the best that it can be. Currently, we have a lot of Facebook members, like I said, but we also want people to join our group. So as you can see, we actually have a membership wall on our website. So this is a great place to showcase yourself as a professional. This is a great place to showcase yourself as a business owner. If you're a business owner and you aren't on our directory yet, we highly recommend it. And another reason we want as many of you to be on that directory as possible is that we get to showcase that to companies and corporations like SaskTel. I know for a fact that SaskTel and other corporations, for example, have gone up to women's entrepreneurs of Saskatchewan because they have this directory of women entrepreneurs. And in their mind, they're like, well, we need more women. How can we hire them? And so that is where they can, and so they have an agreement with them that, yeah, we have the database, we can show you the women entrepreneurs and they're here, and then if there's an exchange. And we want to create that for the Black professionals in Saskatchewan. There really isn't a database that showcases all of us and our talent. So we highly encourage you, and it's in the chat, to go on there, to fill it out, to get on our directory. We want as many people from our community there as possible, and to join our email list, because like I said, we have a couple more events coming up. At the end of the month, we have the financials, so getting your finances right for 2022, led by people from our very own Black community. We have Black History Month at the end of February, and we have a story of Black people mental health coming up in March. And we just have a lot of amazing events for you all to take part in. So again, that is the fundraising goal. Those are our goals, that's our vision, and we really want this group to impact as many in the Black diaspora as possible, so that we can have opportunities to break down those barriers even within our own community. So as you're on this call today, if you have friends from different, ethnocentric groups within the Black community, we want their voices. We want everyone to be involved. We want this to really be about that professional development, that holistic development, and again, inspiring the future through this organization. So this organization is for you, and the way we can support you the most is that if you connect with us, join our email list, join our membership, and we want to even highlight you in the community too. So again, if you're on our membership directory, that really helps us to do that, and to spread the word about this to as many people as possible. So that pretty much wraps up what we've been working hard on the sponsorship end. And we're just really excited for all the programming that we get to show you all today. So I guess from here, we can open it up for questions. And thank you all for attending the formal part of our AGM. So yeah, if anyone has any questions at this point, you can raise a hand or unmute. We're open to this next part of the program. Oh, and actually, before I get into that, there was a few things actually I wanted to share. There is an opportunity to donate. So as you see in the chat, there is a donate button. Any amount goes a very long way, but as you can see, I've laid out that financial goal so that you can see what we're raising towards. And when we have any events that do have any ticketing prices, a lot of events we've run in the past, if not all of them, have been free. But once in a while we'll have some, and now you know what it's going towards. And then finally, I wanted to say thank you from the team. We tried to get as many pictures as we could on here, but as you can see, this is our board. This is all the lovely people who are super talented, who are involved, and who make this organization what it is today. And then we also have our new a lot of them are new volunteers at the bottom here who, again, without this team, all of this that you see would be impossible. I can't even begin to express my gratitude for who they are to this organization, their passion, and they're the reason we're running something. I want to bring up that I was talking to, for this organization, Western Diversification Fund with the government actually yesterday, and asking them, what can we do to really make this organization grow? And they're like, yeah, we're very surprised what you've accomplished as volunteers. We really feel like we have to look at funding towards, getting a staff so that this can really take off, because we are all doing this on our extra time because we're just so passionate about the Black community. So I didn't want to leave without giving a chance to say thank you to all of them as well. Yeah, so thank you all. And now we're open for questions. Or I could even call in some people. What brought you here? We have a lot of new people, so specifically, maybe we'll do like a round table or something. So if you don't mind, I'm just gonna call on some people and just let you introduce yourselves to the community and yeah, let us know what made you interested in this meeting and what do you think about the organization so far from the presentation. So I think I have Adewale Betuga. Yeah, so I have Adewale here. Are you willing to introduce yourself to the org and let us know what brought you here to this meeting?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm in 2 meetings at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
Yes, my name is Adewale Fetuga. Yes, I have a small business, but it's about to start though. Yeah, it's a car dealership business. So yeah, I'm looking forward to start by end of this month. So I saw the invitation. I've been participating in all your meetings and I've been seeing what is going on. So you guys are doing awesome job. And for now, I don't know what to look forward to, but I know I will continue to follow you guys and see what I can be able to contribute or what I can be able to benefit from you guys. So thank you for now.
Awesome, thank you. And yeah,
Mhm.
you'll definitely should be on our directory, especially if you have a car dealership. That's awesome. It's great to know someone in our community has that. And next we have, and I just want to make sure I'm saying the name right, Abu Mere. You can go next.
Yeah, hi Faye and hi everyone. My name is Abu Mere Konafwa. I'm also known as Abu. I work for the University of Saskatchewan as a credential evaluator, and I'm also a soccer coach for the University of Saskatchewan women's program. Yeah, I attended I think during COVID, the Black Health Awareness event in the library, and I've missed most of the other events just because I've had other commitments, but I'm happy I was able to sign into this and see the progress you all have made. So well done, good job, and yeah, keep it going.
Thanks so much. Yeah, and great to have you here and great that you're doing that work with U of S. It's always great to see different spaces where we're represented. And David, would you be willing to introduce yourself? And of course, if you have questions while you're introducing, please add those too.
Hey everyone, my name is David Nnamdi. I'm from Nigeria and I'm a student of the University of Saskatchewan doing my master's in public administration. So I have a couple of my classmates here like Michael, Chinelo, Leslie, and yeah. So I've seen a lot about what you guys have been doing and I thought to join the AGM. Yeah, and it's really nice being here.
Awesome, great. Thanks so much. And then I'll call out to James. And if possible, and I know people feel self-conscious on here, but if possible, we'd love to see your face too, even if it's briefly, but it's totally up to you. James, if you don't mind introducing yourself and what brought you to this meeting. See if he hears me.
Hi, Finn. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
All right, my name is James Omoru Yosatwame. Well, I recall that before Finn started this group, should be part of the first set of people she discussed with when she was betting this idea. And my wife also having been part of this forum, she's giving me a very good report of what you guys have been doing. Unfortunately, I was supposed to be part of this from the beginning, but I've been in and out of the province of the city. And so now I'm back fully. And so even today, like I'm on the road right now, but my wife said I should make sure I'll be part of today's meeting, and I'm so glad I'm part of it. And I look forward to greater things ahead with this group. And I'm so impressed for the improvement, for the progress that been made so far, and where we are at right now. I know there's a great future and great things ahead for this group, bringing Africans and everyone around together. Thank you, Finn, and thank you everyone who has been the trailblazers for this forum. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, James. And you just got me thinking that probably once we go through everyone, we'll probably go through all the actual volunteers as well. Mine is John and Johanne who started us off, because Ronka is also a great volunteer with the board and has done so much. Kesia, I recognize the name, so we'd love to have you introduce yourself to the group.
Sure. Let me start my camera here. I hope. Hi, everyone. My name is Kesia, and I'm Jamaican. It's so good to be a part of this meeting. I love everything that you have been doing, and I hope that I may be able to volunteer as much. I'm a graduate student in education administration, doing a master's. And I also work at the university, in the College of Medicine as a clerical assistant. So I'm just looking forward to continued growth. I love this for the community, and congratulations for all that you've done.
Yeah, so great to have you on here. And yeah, for sure. Hopefully we do get to do some work together, but we know you're adding so much value to the different spaces that you're in the community. I see Fashola on here, so I will let you introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Odunayo Fashola. Well, I don't know what to really expect. I just see the invite and I make sure that I'm present just to understand more about what you do. I'm into a business called Long Reach in Canada here, and it's about health and wealth of people, you know. So that's why I'm here, just to learn more and see how I can be of help, maybe volunteer in one way or the other. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. And again, that'd be a great business to have on our directory so people know if they want to learn more about health and wealth. And definitely, we're always looking for more volunteers and having more, great minds together, because that is why you're seeing what's happening today, is the multiple efforts here. So I'm going to chat and I'm going to say, because there's a Teresa that's on our group, but there's a Teresa Olagunju who's a guest. So I would like you to introduce yourself, because that's a different Teresa than the one we know in our team.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Teresa, and I'm Nigerian. I'm also a master's student at USASC. I'm currently doing my master's in law. Environmental and natural resources, to be precise. And it's my first time here. I don't know what to expect. I'm still trying to learn more about the organization and possibly contribute when the time comes. So that's all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and showing us your lovely face. It's always nice to see people here. And we have another, again, we have a Titi who's part of our team, but I'm seeing Titi Akintade, so I'd love you to introduce yourself. Someone just joined.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Titilayo Akintade. I'm the founder of Fruitful Vine Foundation, and basically we started the organization in 2016. It was registered, and last year, Dr. Owojori invited me. I think the early year of your organization, Mr. Owojori invited me. He told me about your organization, but because of one thing or the other, I was not able to join. but I've been following you up wherever you post anything on Facebook or Nigeria Forum. And I was thrilled, I was encouraged that within the shortest time, what you have been able to do, and my organization that was founded earlier, I was comparing both. I could say that, definitely this morning, I just woke up and then I saw the post again because I don't normally check the Nigeria WhatsApp. Then I saw your organization again that you are going to have a meeting today. Then I said, no, I need to be here. I need to see how you guys are doing it. And I'm totally encouraged that you have made a great impact, even within the shortest time. And I think that I would like to be part of the organization, and it's something that people should look forward to. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Titi. And as you're speaking, it'd be great if you connected with us, because Benga or Dr. John connected me with this too. Is there's now also a Black fund that helps people, business owners in general right now, that's being funded by the government of Canada, and they can help you with everything from making a business plan or finding, sponsorship or outreach, whether you have a nonprofit or for-profit business, and it's being covered right now. So if any of you need that resource, I know we've posted it on the Nigerian chat before, but we had a WhatsApp for this, but that's a long story. But anyways, if you all connect with us on the email list, at least we can email some of these resources out again. And now that I know, Titi, you're at least on the Nigerian chat, I'm sure between myself or Dr. John, we can repost from that group again. I'm referring to the BBPA one, so that you can access that for your charity or nonprofit as well, because a lot of it is, of course, having a team, knowing where the resources are and how to really scale. And that's always a challenge. Yeah, he just posted it in the WhatsApp chat. So if any of you have your business, even the car dealership, and you're looking for someone to help you with a business plan or just covering different things, it will be covered for free through this fund. So you just have to register. And yeah, we want to encourage our community to be out there and thrive. So I just want to put that out there. I have another Benga who's not not our main one. Oh, it doesn't have your audio, but I was hoping you could speak Otuba. So I don't know if there's a way for you to speak, but so I think while they're figuring that out, I'll ask the next person. So we have Ademola on here. So yeah, if you don't mind introducing yourself. So Ademola, if you're on here, if you don't mind introducing yourself. Not hearing from him. Okay. Well, we're going to do a round for the actual team now, just that you can all see who's all involved, because, oh, he is trying to, okay. Just give him 1 minute. No, you should be allowed to. I'm clicking that it's asking you to unmute. Okay, well, while he's trying to figure that out, we'll go around with the actual team just so that everyone can meet them. So we have Titi Ogunsheye. So if you can introduce yourself and what you do with the org, and so people can know you. And for our team, if you don't mind being on video, because then people definitely know who we are at least, and we can get that going.
Okay, good day, everyone. My name is Titi Ogunsheye. I am a volunteer. What I do is I interact with if you have a program, I'm the one in charge of talking to. Sorry for the background noise. I'm the one in charge of communicating with the speakers. So basically, that's what I do. I get in touch with the speakers, get their biographies, and I forward it to the appropriate people. Thank you.
Okay, great. And I'll just go up from here. Teresa on our team.
Hi, so my name is Teresa Quagrain. So I was born in Ghana and raised in Saskatoon. So I've been a board member here for a couple of years. And I'm also a director in another group called BIPOC Coffee Talk with my sister and friend. And at BCACPA, I mostly just post the events on Eventbrite.
Yeah, thank you so much, Teresa. And that's a massive help. And yeah, and she also leads the coding camp workshops. So yes, next I think I'll go with Diakri.
Thanks, Fian. Can everybody hear me? Am I audible? Yeah, all right.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you for having this AGM. Actually, this has been a wonderful thing to see how we've progressed from the past few years. And, you know, I'm really surprised how at the number of volunteers we're getting and the number of people who are getting involved and the number of grants that we're winning. So this is awesome to see. It's really awesome. You know, my name is Diakri and I've been on this board ever since we started, actually. And I can tell you that we only started with maybe like 2 or 3 people, but now it's a whole team, right? So I'm really, really excited about that. And, you know, I'm in charge of the technical things here and there, and I also do the membership. On the membership board, and we're in charge of growing our members and our membership and getting people to sign up. And just a quick update, actually, that I'll probably talk about this on our next meeting, but we are aiming to do a huge campaign where we're going to go and grow our membership, whether that will be businesses or, you know, just usual memberships. So there's a huge campaign we're working on, and it's going to be really, really awesome because, again, it's all about getting people involved, getting people to participate. That's going to make the organization great. And I'm super, super excited for 2022, and I can't wait to see what's in store.
Thanks so much, Diakri. And Diakri is being pretty modest here because he's actually the reason this thing kind of kickstarted. I was brought in, but he had already created a group of around 200 people on Facebook around this, and then we formalized it together. So definitely one of the founding members of the team. I'm sorry to change directions quickly here, but I noticed that, and forgive me if I'm just repeating myself here, but Olubenga, I noticed that your mic is on. So were you wanting to introduce yourself to the group? Okay. We can't seem to hear you. I'm getting some feedback here. Okay, yeah, we can hear you now. Okay. Yeah, sorry, we can't hear you. If we can't hear you, maybe if you don't mind putting your info in the chat as well. Okay. I don't know if you have time, Ronka, to quickly introduce yourself as a volunteer, or if you have to go right this second. If not, that's okay.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Driving, but it's okay. I can still talk because I'm safe. My name is Ronke. I think I joined the group practically when we started, and I took a little break because I had to go nurture my baby, and I came back immediately. I quit it because I still believe in the agenda of the association and what it's doing in our community and what is going to be done too. And I am back and I'm still helping out wherever I need to be. And I currently serve in the board, and I'm glad, I'm privileged to be part of that team and all that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much, Ronka. And I just wanted her to quickly get to introduce yourself so you can see someone else who's quite instrumental. And next up, I think I'll call Paula.
Sorry, I cannot show my face right now. I'm in a wellness event right now.
Oh, no worries.
But that's okay. But I am just honored to be here. I'm loving how our group has grown, and been here from pretty much the beginning, and a big cheerleader in welcoming new people to our wonderful group, and also supporting businesses and advocating for sharing our businesses and being able to come collectively to support in any way, share ideas, share the new businesses. So I'm looking forward to being more active and being able to showcase all the businesses and the profiles as well too. And so just welcome everybody. And I own Masala Model and Talent and Training Center, School of Personal Development. And I was born in the United States in Kentucky. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Paula. And Paula is definitely a very talented, very versed business owner in our city. Definitely look up to her. In fact, she's paved a way, a long way before us for like being out there and showing Black excellence in this community in terms of that. Her and Johanne have had their businesses established here for quite some time. So definitely people you want to connect with if you have kids who are like into talent and anything, she can lead them very well, and in personal development courses in general. So definitely like a huge gift to our group that we get to have her on the team. And so I'm trying to look at our other volunteers on the list here. Michael, I would love to have you introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Mike Matuba from Nigeria. I am a student of University of Saskatchewan MPA program. I was introduced to the group by Leslie Tete, and by the time he told me about the group, I had to look up, I did a little bit of research on the group, and I found out that they had a lot of potential, really, and that was what actually attracted me to it. And I always believe in whatever I'm doing, I like to be committed. If I'm in, I'm in. And currently, I'm the head of the Grants Management Committee and the events coordinator at the moment for now. And it's been quite an interesting experience for me. I also want to encourage those of us that are here for the events that are coming up. We encourage you to be there. Apart from being there, we also encourage you to invite others, because that's the only way we can showcase what we are doing. So you will hear from us maybe probably through social media handles of the programs that are coming up. We encourage you to be there, and we also encourage you to invite others as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Michael. And Michael has been a huge support since he's joined the team. Kind of like Benko was talking about, people who have full energy and just ready to do what needs to be done to get things going. It's been a huge support, and yeah, can't underestimate the contribution he's already made to the team. And also Leslie, yeah, Leslie, I would love you to introduce yourself. Such a amazing blessing to this group, and part of the reason we even met some of these people like Michael. So love you to introduce.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Leslie. I'm Leslie Tete, and I joined the group, I think last year, mid last year during the summer, and currently the volunteer coordinator. I actually saw the group on Facebook and then read on it, and I realized that it was a promising group and something that I could devote my time and support. So that's why I joined. Thank you. Nice to meet everyone.
Yes, and as I said before, Leslie's being very modest. He has brought in so many people to volunteer as the volunteer coordinator. So it's definitely a role that he's very good at and very talented in. I also have Chinello on here.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Chinelo. I am doing an MPA program at the University of Saskatchewan. I have a lot of my classmates here. And yes, I was also introduced into the group by Leslie. I joined, I think towards the end of last year. So I haven't been here for too long, but I have learned a lot of things and I have met really great people. Basically, I volunteer as the board secretary. So that's basically it. Glad to meet everyone.
Yes, we're very excited to have her. And she definitely helps make our meetings run very smoothly. I'm just looking through just to make sure I haven't forgotten any volunteers. And there's other guest people too who I think would love to have you introduce yourself. So Patrice, yes, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm not able to turn my camera on. I'm doing a facial. My face is totally covered. But from Jamaica, I've been with the group for quite some time, maybe from inception when I met Fionn and Paula. I can say that I've benefited a lot from majority of the programs being offered. So, you know, kudos to you guys for all the work done and what you've accomplished so far. I was into the group a little bit more earlier in the inception, but of course happens lots of stuff, but I still share as much as I can, you know, passing on the information about the organization to people, you know, as I meet them in my circle. So nice to meet you all, and yeah, keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you. And I see there's Kayode as a guest here, so I'll let you introduce yourself.
I believe you're referring to me.
Yes.
Yeah, because I just joined. Sorry, I'm late though. I'm on the road. I'm Kayode Okunla. Actually, I've not been very active in the group, but I heard about the group and decided to join. Unfortunately, I'm joining late again. It's no problem. I am a mechanical engineer. I'm registered with the Apex, and an active member of the Society of Engineers in Saskatoon. But I'm here just to see what I can do, contribute, and probably benefit from the group. Like I said, I'm pretty new, though I know quite a lot of people in the group. I hope that serves as a little introduction.
Awesome, welcome. And sorry, I realized.
Reside in Saskatoon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I realized someone else had joined too, Ape Okala, who I believe is someone I definitely know very well. So I'd love you to introduce yourself to the group and what you do, because.
Yeah, sorry, I was in another meeting from 12 to 1. That's why I joined so late. My name is Okweokola, and I am an administrator at the University of Saskatchewan. I also have my hands in 2 businesses currently. I co-own Global Pot Fusion Cuisine and Global Specialty Foods. And well, I'm happy to be here. I don't know too much about what the group is doing. I hoped I would be able to make this meeting, but I was facilitating the other meeting, so I couldn't excuse myself. So, but I'm happy to be here. I know you guys are doing a great work, and I say kudos to you. I thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think from the list you have gone through everyone. So yeah, that's for all the people who have watched this, this will be recorded and this will be emailed out. Again, today, if you take away anything from today, is that we just want to serve the community and know you as well as possible. So if you can start anywhere, I highly suggest that you join our directory, check our website, and join our email list. That way you can be kept up to date with like the different events. Yeah, Global Pot, that's a serious business you should check out. Always excited to support them, and they're growing exponentially. And yeah, just more kudos to, well, I call her Auntie, but they're very modest. They have a very, very good food empire they're building over there. Yeah, so just make sure, if anything, especially for those of you who said, you know, you joined, like, and maybe you've seen our event like a year ago or something like that, just make sure to join our email list and at least be kept up to date, because we're not only hoping to let you know about our events, but resources, like I mentioned. The BAIDS resource is a big one. So for any of you starting a business, please, please, please apply for this BAIDS funding. It's only around for the next, like, I think couple of years, because it's under that Black ecosystem grant. And what it does is that it makes that you can work with, you know, getting a business plan or working with an accountant to make sure your financials are great, or learning about how to fundraise, and it's all covered by the government. So it's not coming out of your pocket. So definitely use that resource within the time. Don't be shy about it. And these are the types of resources that we are always passionate about sharing with the community. So we really encourage you today to just have a look at our chat group and make sure you're accessing those resources. Unless there's any other questions, I'm gonna give everyone a chance to say bye, and thank you so much for being part of this AGM today. So I'm going to leave it open for a minute if there's any other questions about our group or where to find us. And if not, we can be on our way.
Thank you, Fian, for leading. It's been a really great meeting.
Well, thank you, Johann. And thank you for a great report. Yeah, well, oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, just say thank you to everyone, especially the people that are joining us for the very first time today. Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely. So we're going to say bye. If you have a chance, people can go off camera. We're all going to say bye to each other. So thank you all for coming today. We're so excited as well, and we want to serve you all as a community.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.